get Instagram online. Welcome. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. You know, I asked my, hi Louisa. I asked my guides today, I'm like, what are we talking about today? Because, I mean, let's be honest, there's a lot of directions we could go. And I don't want to get too bogged down into the Ukraine part, because I think we're all struggling with this in different ways. And, you know, there's a lot of places we can get bogged down in dealing with, you know, discussing Vladimir Putin and what is going on, and President Zelensky, and I think that it is very easy to get to be overwhelmed. And, you know, I think all we have to do is turn on the news and we can be overwhelmed. And so, you know, I've been sticking to, you know, gratitude, of course. I mean, you know, thanking God that we are safe. But, you know, of course there is concern, because in any situation like this, and we are already seeing, you know, as Russia is trying to engage other countries and the United States is trying to engage other countries, there is a potential for this to continue to deteriorate into a very, very, you know, bad situation of global world war. And we have not been there in 80 years. And so some would say that we are, you know, have moved past this. Clearly that is not the case with Mr. Putin. And others would say it's time, because this is the reshuffling and the, you know, the purging of people leaving the planet. And we have seen that with, hi Irma, we have seen that with COVID, with people leaving and, you know, choosing they've had enough. I have a very dear friend, her father told her he has had enough, and he has scheduled his time to leave his body, and he's calling it quits. He's had enough of this life, and he's lived a good life, and he is ready to go. And while I understand that there's a bit of humor in this, because, you know, having known my friend for a very long time and having known her father for a very long time, I understand that there's a little bit of melodrama there, and a little bit of like, yeah, okay, we've heard this before, and all of this. But at the same time, I understand his frustration, and I understand his desire to say, you know, I have had enough of this, and, you know, I'm out. And I think we're seeing a lot of that. You know, we've seen a lot of people who have just had enough, and just felt like under the current situation they couldn't go forward anymore. You know, and I ask my guides, you know, I always say, okay, this is the channeled information part, this is the channeled wisdom, what do you want me to talk about? And there was a lot of silence today. And so I wanted to really open it up to questions, because I feel like that there's, and not like, you know, can I pull a card, you know, because we'll do that, yes, and we'll do that after our group card reading. But if there's questions, and I can't tell you what's going to happen with the war, I can't. I wish that I could. But the thing that I can say is, when you can stay in this place of gratitude, and it's amazing to see these stories coming out of Ukraine of people who are enduring the most hellish situations, things we could not even possibly imagine, and yet they are still grateful. Now, they're mad as hell at, you know, the Russian government, But they're very clear that it's not Russia, Russians, it's one man. And I think everyone understands that. But the gratitude that is still coming out, the compassion, the stories. I saw an image of strollers at a train station in Poland where moms in Poland had gone and left their strollers because they knew all of these people would be coming from Ukraine carrying babies and would need strollers. And so there are incredible stories of compassion and gratitude that I think is the place that I'm really trying to live. Because it's so easy to get down on this rabbit hole of, oh my gosh, the whole world is falling apart. And could this escalate into a global world war? It certainly could, especially since we're dealing with a madman at the helm. Will it? I don't know. And I certainly think that there are many strong leaders of countries around the world that are doing all that they can to keep that from happening. But I don't know. Especially right now with one of the largest nuclear power plants in Europe in Russian hands. I don't know. But it is interesting to see all of these Russian soldiers that are like surrendering apparently en masse. Now whether it's true or not, certainly we pray that that is true. So I think that this is such an important time for us to stay in the place of gratitude. Because here's the thing that I know, and we talk about this a lot, about the vibration level of us, our vibration level. When we are sad and frustrated and depressed and angry and jealous and all of these things, and don't get me wrong, I get angry at the news every day. I'm a human like everybody. But when we live in that place and we hold on to that, our vibration goes down. Okay, it's like a tuning fork. Or sound. Sound waves and sound vibrations. There's lots of different ones. Like dogs can hear things we can't hear. There's lots of different sound vibrations, and when we vibrate because we are energy. And energy, vibrates, and we press into form, and we vibrate. And so when we are in that place of anger and frustration and sadness and depression, and we, oh look, Or is here. We're gonna delete and we're gonna report you, and you're gonna get banned right away. We just nipped that right in the bud. Bye-bye. Bye. You're banned. Bye. I love that we can just do this all in one, I love that I can do that now. That is an amazing, plus from Facebook. Hello, Zanelle. Hello, Irma. Irma is a good question. And I'll come back to that. When we are in that negative space, we vibrate very low. And energy vampires and narcissists, they can feed on that vibration. They feel it, almost like echolocation. They can see that and feel it and sense it in us. And then, yay for the band hammer. And they can feel that, and they are attracted to it. So if you are an empath and you are an uneducated or untrained empath, and I don't mean about your intelligence, I mean about your energy awareness, and then you become very susceptible to energy vampires who are going to feed off of this low vibrational energy. I'm watching the numbers of the people who are watching the video go down. I think all the spammers came in at once, and when they realized they were going to get banned, they all left. So your energy is low, and other people who maybe, have negative purposes can feel that, and they can see that, and they hunt for that, and they want to feed off of that like an energy sucker. When we are staying in a place of love and gratitude and engaging on that level, we vibrate so much higher. And if you're familiar at all with the work of Christy Marie Sheldon, who I love, she talks about love or above. And what she's talking about is the vibration, the frequency where we vibrate when we are in the place of love or when we are not in the place of love. And being able to vibrate at that higher frequency makes a huge difference, because when we are at love or above, because we always cavitate, right? We talk about that a lot, how our energy cavitates, right? Like the ripples on the pond. And so we talk a lot about that. But so are you cavitating negative, low vibrational energy, or are you cavitating a high vibrational energy? And so even if you are frustrated or having a rough day, or really overwhelmed by the news, because that's easy to be right now, especially if you live in my state, finding a way to stay in that place of love or above gives us a higher vibration. And so while we may be frustrated that something happened, or we're sad to watch the news and all of these things, at the same time, we can be grateful, even if you're just grateful for being alive, or you're grateful that you didn't stub your toe when you got up this morning, or you're grateful that you have a dog, or you can pet a dog, or it could be something small. But when we can tap into that energy of gratitude, we lift our vibration up so much that we come into this place of love or above. And when we are in that vibration, it literally lifts up everything else. And so now as we are cavitating out into the world, we are not cavitating, we're cavitating, woo, woo, something happy. And what happens is we spin the cogs of the universe. And I have my cogs in the other room. I literally have this child's toy that my children had when they were young, and it's like a magnetic board, and it has gears on it. And the goal of it was to connect the gears in a way that when you turned it on, the gear one would spin, the other would spin, it would spin the next one, it would spin the next one, and then at the end it would ring a bell. If you did it right, all the gears would spin correctly. And it was really a great, fun thing because it was a magnetic. We could take it everywhere. We could put it up on the refrigerator. And so now it is is stuck to a plate, it's a metal plate, but because they don't make it the same way anymore. But it is so fun to watch the gears. The one turns to the other, to the other, to the other, because that is literally how the universe works. And so when we are in that place where we are vibrating at a higher level, we are turning those gears one to the other, to the other, to the other, to be able to receive and ask for and manifest and create and imagine something truly high vibrational. When we are operating and vibrating at a lower vibration, we are now turning the gears at a lower level, and we are manifesting something at a lower level. So imagine, if you will, like the gears that turn at a factory. They're black, they're dingy, they're filled with grease, they're, smelly, they've been there for years, the factory is dark, and it just and the machinery just grinds away. Or imagine the gears that you might find in a high precision timepiece, like a Rolex or a Movado watch or something. They're delicate, and they're silver or gold, and they're polished, and they're precise, and they are turning with precision and clean and filled with light. And so this is the way that we are controlling our energy. So when we are in the low vibration of anger and frustration, we are churning the gears from the factory. When we can stay in that level of gratitude, we are churning a much higher quality of gear. We are vibrating at love or above. We have a much greater opportunity to manifest something bigger in the universe. But more than that, we have a much bigger opportunity to change something around us. We can change not only how we feel, but we can cavitate that and change how someone who comes in contact with us feels, and out and out and out and out. When you speak to someone, speak with kindness and gratitude for whatever the services that they're providing you, whether it's information or it's just a hug, speaking with that kindness. So Aaron and Malik, I see you. Hi, welcome, welcome. I see you. What happens with our Mondays is we talk for a while with some channeled information from Spirit. Then we're going to do a card reading for everyone in the collective. And then at the end, if we have time, we will do individual readings. So I do see you, and I'm so happy that you are here with us. So when you meet somebody who is, my husband and I took a road trip. We ended up at Wendy's. I haven't had Wendy's in probably 20 years. We ended up at Wendy's, and the person behind the counter, seemed a little like, And I was like, hi, just happy. And I noticed that my happiness and gratitude rubbed off on theirs. And then the next person in the line, their demeanor had changed to the next person, how they approached or welcomed the next person in the line. And then that person who was in the line, their demeanor changed. And then the person that they were with, their demeanor changed. And it is this domino effect that happens when we stay in that vibration of love or above. And so we can affect change in our little corner of the world. But what happens is, like tree roots and little fibers going out in so many directions, they all of these things will go out into so many different directions. I will never see those three people again. The person behind the counter and the two people that came in behind me. I'll never see them again. I don't even remember where the Wendy's was. So they will take that, and then they will move that energy and bring that with them into their communities and send out those tethers and send out those little spurs of energy into their communities, which will then go out and go out and go out. And so we have so much more ability to spread that, because the thing is, when we're in that place of negative energy, of anger and despair and jealousy and rage and all of those low vibrations, it's like slogging through mud, right? We're just that energy is like slogging through mud. And then as we are spreading from a higher vibration of love or above, we are moving forward at like wisps on the wind, because love, although it's such a higher vibrational thing, it is also a place where that energy is light. It is so much lighter than the anger, and the jealousy is a heavy emotion. Okay, Aaron, we have a way that we do this on Mondays, and I do see your comments, and I really appreciate it, but we will get to you when we're done with all the things that we are scheduled to do for everyone in the group today. So I really do appreciate it, and I will try and get to you, time permitting, but we're going to stick on schedule with what is our format every Monday. Okay, so I'm so glad you're here, but I want to just ask you, I'm not ignoring you. I see all your comments. I just want to ask you to breathe and try and be present with us, okay? Because maybe you'll hear something that will help you. So we send our positive energy out like wisps on the wind, but when we're in that negative space, we are going to be heavier, and it feels like slogging through mud. So when we can stay in that place, and staying in that place is the hard part, right? Because it's, all you got to do is look around, and you can see the sadness or the frustration or the anger, and especially when we're looking at what's going on in Europe. And open Facebook. Even just in my own Facebook, I saw a marriage, a pet passing, a father got intubated from COVID, and somebody also another pet passing. And so it's so easy to be able to see all the negative stuff. And so I think we have to work harder to make a conscious choice to see the happier stuff. And that it's a conscious choice. Even if it starts with, oh, Janine, look, we're going to delete you. What did Chris call it? The ban hammer. So, it got hidden already. So we're going to report spam. We have no tolerance for spam here. Bye-bye! So if you're coming in and you're trying to be spammy with the people who are here and take advantage of the people who are here, we have no tolerance. So anybody who comes in as spam, what did Chris call it? The band hammer. I love that. So bye-bye. Thank you, Irma. So it's harder. It's harder to stay in that place of love and gratitude. And believe me, I know, because we are so bombarded with the negative and the news and the drama and the war and COVID, and it is overwhelming. So I'm asking you today to look for one little thing that you can find that you can be grateful for, because sometimes we are just so overwhelmed by all this we can't even breathe. And So I'm asking you to find one thing you're grateful for. Maybe it's that you're breathing. Maybe it's that you found your way here. Maybe it's that you had a conversation with a friend. Maybe it's that you got through the day. In the times when I was in the darkest of places, a good day was I brushed my teeth. A good day was I was able to get myself combobulated enough to walk down to the curb to the mailbox. Some days that was it. That was all there was. But I built on it. Little, little, little. And many of you know that I also still work as a director with Mary Kay Cosmetics, and I really enjoy that part of my life. Mary Kay would always say, we can do anything little at a time. You can eat an elephant, she would say, one bite at a time. And so we do one thing at a time. And so for finding that one thing, and so if you've not ever heard, I can't even believe it is a person on the planet that's not heard of a gratitude journal, but I take my gratitude journal very seriously. I try and write down things every day, every other day, something like 3 to 5 things a day. Even if it's something stupid that it is like, I didn't kill my dog today. Now, I don't mean to say it that way, but I love my dog, and some of you have seen Toby. He's a little white one that sits in my drawer, but he is old and neurotic, and he does not stop barking. And so there are some days where I am like, Toby. So it doesn't matter if it's stupid or it's some big monumental, high-minded, esoteric thing. Find something that you're grateful for and start there. Because it is like dominoes. And when you can stay in that place and build and build and build and build and build, you lift your energy up. And then the things that you're dealing with, and we all have dealt with stuff, and I'm not ever going to try to belittle anybody's loss or struggle, but it can be easier to handle when we are coming from a higher vibrational place. And that's important. And remembering that this vibration has so much more ability to affect the universe, the cogs of the universe, one spinning the other, spinning the other, spinning the other, to literally move things into position for your highest and best good when we are up in the higher vibrational energies versus being down in that heavy slog, anger, frustration, sadness. And I don't like to put grief in there because grief is sort of its own animal. Grief comes and goes in its own thing, and grief comes in waves. And so while we may be feeling, dealing with a grief, and we're feeling something one day, we may just get bowled over by that wave the next day. And so I don't put grief in there because I feel like grief is not a place where we necessarily live after the initial shock of the loss has dulled a bit. Chris says, there are days my gratitude journal says, I'm grateful for air, I'm grateful for food, I'm grateful for Dr. Pepper. But it's a place. And we start somewhere. It's like a board game. Anywhere, or a marathon, life is a marathon, right? Anytime you start something new, you are starting at the beginning. So please resist the urge to belittle your gratitudes. It might be as small as a jelly bean. But if that's where you are, then that's where you are. And be grateful for that. And then maybe it's 2 jelly beans, and then 3 jelly beans. And you will go forward, and you can raise your vibration. Because the thing is that the world would have us believe, the material world, the 3D world, would have us believe that we are powerless to affect change. And I think that's crap. We are so incredibly powerful to affect change. But it starts with ourselves. And when we're down in the shit, it's so hard to be conscious of life absolutely fucking sucks right now, but I have to find something to be grateful for because it can shift our energy. And even if it's that littlest glimmer of light, and I love that, was it Chinese or Japanese part where they take the gold pots with the cracks and they pour the gold in, right? And it creates this amazing, new, beautiful, wonderful thing. So for us, and I love there's another saying that says, we're all a little broken, but that's how the light gets in. And that is the truth of it. We're all a little broken. We've all been through some stuff. But that is how the light gets in if we'll let it. We can either close the blinds or we can allow the light to come in. And so we let that light come in, even if it's just the littlest bit, but it's a conscious effort on our part to choose to open more and to build on it. So even in the times of my darkest grief and depression, I was grateful to be alive. I was grateful that I had chosen to stay alive that day. And it was a place to start. And in the places of my deepest grief, of loss, of loved ones, I was grateful that I knew them. I was grateful to have them in my life. Even when the sadness and the heartbreak of their loss felt like I could not breathe, it was crushing. I was so grateful to have had them in my life. And some of you have heard me talk about my twin flame in the past, where we knew each other for our whole lives, but we weren't in touch. It was the last few years of his life that we were in communication. And when we finally were able to see each other face to face, we saw each other for 2 afternoons while I happened to be in town where he lived working. We had 2 lunches and a couple hours each day. And then he died, like 18 months later. So there was so much anger and frustration and crushing devastation and heartbreak. And how could you do this? That was involved in that. But even still, that little part of my head, my guides kept saying, find the gratitude. Find the gratitude. And it took me a while. It took me a while to find the gratitude, to be able to say, God, I'm so grateful that at least we had that. Because I came to realize we could have had nothing. We could have never been able to be face to face. And so at least we had that. And so that was a place to start. So find your place to start and build on that. Because for all the things that are happening in the world, collectively, we do have the power to change and to shift the energy. But it starts in our own self, where we can lift our vibration to vibrate at love or above, where we become that vibration that sends out wisps of energy rather than slugs through the mud. And when we can send out the wisps, like thinking as if you had blown a dandelion flower, those seeds will go everywhere. They'll have such an impact everywhere. But if you blew a piece of grass or a weed, it's not going anywhere. So be the dandelion. And I apologize if that sounds Pollyanna, because I know it's hard. But start somewhere. Even if it's just that one jelly bean. Malik says, I'm grateful for my health. I am grateful for your health too. I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful that we do not have COVID. I'm grateful that we have vaccines. I'm grateful that my parents are healthy. I'm grateful that my children are healthy. There are places we can start. We do grateful meditations every morning. Absolutely. Absolutely. I love to do this at the end of my day because I feel like it helps calm my brain. I kind of review back over my day what happened. And so even if it was kind of like snarky or something with my husband or my kid or something was going on at the end of the day, how we can get kind of tired and short-tempered, I finish in that place of gratitude to be able to say, okay, so the day is done. Let me sit down for 5 minutes and I'm going to just think through the day and find the things I was grateful for. And so then I'm in a happier place. I'm in a calmer place. I'm in a more gratitude-filled place before I go to sleep. So maybe try that. But doing a gratitude meditation every morning, if that is what works for you, amen. Amen. So, all right, let's do some card readings. So, what time is it? All right, so we're going to do, we do have our collective card reading that we do for the week. And so I know I see so many of you that have said, please, can I have a card for myself? I don't want to skip over our collective card reading for the week, so we're going to do that, and then we'll get to the individual card readings. Now, just because I think we have a lot of new people, one, I appreciate your patience. Erin, there's no need to apologize, sweet friend. When we are in that place, we can just feel that desperation, and that is okay. Let you feel what you feel, and we will honor that, and we will try and help. Okay, so I do try to be very fair, and so I do scroll back through the comments when we start to do individual readings. So just to clarify, we're going to do 2 or 3 cards that are for the collective, probably 3, and then we'll start to do some individual cards. And I do scroll back, so I do try to hit everyone, and you know, we really try to leave nobody unread. And I can't always guarantee loved ones because this is not a mediumship reading. This is a card reading. So we are going to use today the Wisdom of the Oracle from Colette Baron Reed. I've been using these for a little while and have been enjoying them. I like their energy, so this is what we'll use for today. So for today, our first card is Come to the Edge. Oh, isn't that interesting? Come to the Edge. Because I love this, there's a famous quote that says, when you come to the edge of all that you know, and I know I'm going to bastardize this, but when you come to the edge of all you know, one of 2 things is going to happen. You're going to step off into the unknown, and something is going to support you, or you're going to be taught how to fly. Now, really a third thing can happen, which is you don't go anywhere and you stand where you are and you never move forward. But I don't like that one because we are always moving forward. And so coming to the edge, and this is 36, which is a 9 card. So this means they're coming to a completion. There's something that's coming to a completion, and I think we can look around and see that there is definitely some cycle of energy in the world that is definitely coming to this time of completion. And this is where are we? We're in a 6-year, 2, 4, 6. We're in a 6-year as well as for 2022. So we're moving towards that time of completion. We're going to close a chapter here not too long, and then we're going to open a new chapter for a new adventure. So the next, that's interesting. So the next one is Observer. And so this is really about taking the time. What we were just talking about, taking the time to observe your day, finding that place of gratitude. Watch what you are observing. Are you getting all caught up in the muck and the mire, or are you really looking with your telescope? Are you looking for the good stuff? Because it's so easy to miss over the good stuff because we're so covered up with crap. I tell you this story. I still am kind of baffled by this. So my husband and I, we started a compost bin in our yard maybe 6-8 months ago. I was very upset by the amount of food waste that we were throwing in the trash can, and I thought there's got to be a better way. We have a beautiful garden. Let's figure out something. And so I got a bag for composting that we put in the yard, and we go out at the end of every day and we have a bowl in the kitchen of all the scraps, and we throw it out there, and I'm like, okay, great. And so not this past week, the week before, we turned our garden over for spring. Very excited. Everything is happy. We brought the composting bag over to the garden, and we opened it all up, and we started scooping it out and putting it in the dirt, and there's tons of it. It's great. It's beautiful soil, and it's rich and all of this stuff. And in there is a yellow crystal. It's about the size of an egg. I have no idea what the hell it is or where it came from. It looks like a citrine. I've got to take it to a crystal friend, because there's no crystals that we put in there. And now there is literally this thing the size of an egg that grew in my composting bin. And so my point of telling you this wackadoodle story is, stay tuned because we'll figure out what it is. But it is about observing, about what is it that you are looking for. Because even in the manure, here was something really beautiful that came out of this pile of compost. I have no idea how, but something beautiful came out. And that's the thing. We have to be willing to look for the beautiful. And this is what the Observer card reminds us about, something beautiful if we are willing to see it. And this is everything we've been talking about today. All right, so then we have the card Poised, and this is upside down, which means it's in alignment, so this is a reminder to not lose your temper and not lose your shit, and to keep calm, right? To keep calm, because it's so easy to be poised and, grateful and polite and courteous to other people when things are going well, and when things are a little stressy, it's very easy to lose your shit. And so this is just a reminder to keep your head on straight, okay? Keep your head on straight. And this is card number 48. So 4 and 8 is 12, which is 3. And so that's interesting because we're really seeing that 3, 6, 9 progression that's going on with us today. So keeping this in mind, just keep your head on straight, which reminds us, of course, to go back to Observer, which is keep your eye on the ball. Keep your eye on the positive things, right? Coming to the edge of all that you know, just trust that you will be supported. Trust that you will be supported. So, all right. So let's see. Oh, okay. Okay, so this is serendipity. I'm sorry, they said to pick one more card. So this is serendipity. Serendipity is a reminder to not blow off the coincidences. We've seen this card a couple of times come up recently because when you get some things that are the coincidence, like, then it's really important to make sure that you are not blowing off the coincidences. The universe is trying to talk to you. They're trying to show you, and you're like, oh, that's just a rock, or oh, it's just a bird. They're going, come on, we're trying to get your attention here. So please don't blow off things that are synchronistic, okay? This is really important. All right, so we're going to scroll back through the comments on the Facebook page. I don't think we have any comments on the Instagram page right now. So we're going to start with Malik, who was the first person to ask, and then Aaron will be after that. So Malik. So we're going to pull a card for Malik, our new friend, who does a gratitude meditation every morning, and that is wonderful. So we're going to do Malik. What does Malik need to know for the highest and best? Okay, one more. Oh, okay. So Malik, orphaned. Orphaned. This is card, what is this? Card number 5. Okay, so this card is for Malik. It says orphaned. And so what I want to say is this is a reminder that it may feel like you're alone, but you're not, okay? And the things that have been pulled away from you, because I want to take time to really look at this, because you're sitting on this same pedestal of the leap person. Where is it? Where we just were, of coming to the edge, right? You're, how do I hold these so that you can see them? Okay, so that you are in the same place of coming to the edge. But it may feel dark right now, but there's still the celebration that's going. And the thing is that this is card number 5. Card number 5 is all about you're on the right track. You're coming to the top of that mountain where you're climbing, right? We're climbing over, and then to be able to move to the next piece of it that we are getting. Oh, look, another spammer! Bye! John, Sandra! Bye-bye! Spammy, spammy, spammy! Bam! Ah! I think I did it wrong. Bam! Spammy, spammy, spammy. Spammy, bammy. Spam. Ban. Ban. Bye. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so when it feels like we're in this place of being all alone, no, I can't. I lost my comments. Come back. Okay, I lost my comments. I can't go back. Christian, you cracked me up. All right. All right, I'm not sure why, but I can't go back. So if you are not Aaron, who will be next, and you asked for a reading for a card, please go ahead and you didn't post like before the last spammer person going, because now all the comments have gone up. Definitely ask me for a card again, so I want to make sure we get everybody, but Aaron will be next. So this is really important for knowing that you are at the top of the mountain, that you have slogged through to get where you are, and that in the next breath, you're going to be able to see the view and to be able to move forward. And so while it feels like you're stuck right now, you're not. And that you are in this place of feeling like the only person who can walk this path is you. But once you get to the place where you can get to the top and get where you can breathe, because I feel like really right now there's things that you are the only one that can make a decision, where a lot of people have been trying to put their opinions on you, and that you are the only one who really gets a vote in this. And so this is about you having to cut yourself off from a whole lot of stuff that's going on around you, so that you could be the only one to be like, okay, I need to go within and really see what I want and what I think and what I feel, and then to be able to move forward. But I really feel like, because especially this is card 5, that you are really to this place of come to the edge. So we are in the place of orphan, but the next stop is come to the edge. The next stop is come to the edge. So, all right. And sending you lots of love and prayers for you. All right, so we're going to hit Aaron. All right, so we're going to get Chris after Aaron. I'll try and get caught up. We have a whole bunch of comments that were removed, and so all I can see right now is comment removed by moderator, and so I hope I didn't remove somebody who was supposed to be here that wasn't. Oh, I see a lot of... Did somebody remove Aaron? Oh, there you are. Okay. Just make sure we didn't lose anybody. Okay. So we've got Aaron. And so, Aaron, I know you have family members that you are desperate to hear from. And if you want to message me privately, I'm certainly happy to talk to you about that. But for this is a card reading for your highest and best good for the moment. And this is Loyal Heart. Loyal Heart. And so this is reminding you that your loved ones are with you. This is reminding you that you are not forgetting them. They are not forgetting you. And if you can move past the pain, that they are trying to communicate with you. They are sitting right here on top of your heart. They are right here. All we have to do is open our awareness to receive them. And so this card is perfect for you because it's talking about we are here. We are here. We are with you. We are trying to show you. And sometimes through grief, we just can't hear it. I mean, we are so desperate to hear it, and we just can't hear it because we can't hear past our own pain. And I understand that, and I'm so sorry for what you are going through and for your losses. But please know that they are with you, and they are trying to show you that they are here and that they are sending you so much love. And there is no frustration or anger. I feel like I want to say to you, Aaron, there's no one holding a grudge for you. There's no one mad at you. There's nobody who's like thinking negatively about you in this situation. And so I want to really just share that with you because I feel like that's important for you to know. All right, so we're going to go to Chris. She's going to be next. I truly hope, Aaron, that is helpful for you, and I am also sending you so much love and light and hugs for you. Okay, so Chris Judd is going to be next. All right, Miss Chris. Yin. This is Yin. Let your girlies out. Okay, I didn't mean to say it that way. That sounds like, something naughty. It's okay to not be strong. You don't have to be strong for everybody in every situation all over the place. It is okay to take a breath. Shh. It's okay to take a breath. Hey! Shh. My son may be home from work. It's okay to not put on a brave face. It's okay to take a breath. It's okay to say, I'm going to sit this round out. Hey! Shh. It's okay to say, I'm going to sit this round out. Hey, stop. Dixie, stop. Hey, come here. Dixie, stop. So it's okay to be able to let your feminine side out. It's okay to not have to be the boss in every situation or the leader or the mastermind. It's okay to say, I'm just going to shut down for a minute. I'm just going to take a little princess time, a little regeneration. Okay, and I feel like this is where we're being called with this. So I leave you that, my friend, and so much love for you as well. All right, Louisa. Oh, my dear friend Louisa. Oh, my goodness. So many comments removed by moderator. Good gracious. Louisa, I'm so happy. Weren't you just over on Instagram? And then you came over on Facebook. Yay. So happy to see you. All right, Louisa. Louisa. Oh, that glitters, Louisa. Oh, something sparkly and wonderful and joyous is coming for you. Is this an opportunity for you to shine? This is an opportunity for you to just show what you can do and show off and just let it out and be bold and be your most authentic self. But here's the thing. Don't get pulled in by fake gold. Don't be pulled in by fake shine. Don't be pulled in by, surface glamour, right? Look a little deeper for the real genuine emotion, the genuine intention, the real person, the truth of the situation. But this is really so exciting for you. This is a time for you to shine and let yourself be seen, sparkling and glowing and beautiful as you are. But make sure that you're not being blinded by the glitter, that you're not being blinded by the light, that you are keeping your feet on the ground with what is real and true for you. So, and mwah, and hoping to plan a trip to California in May. So hopefully we can see each other. That would be so wonderful. All right. Chris Judd, how are you? Oh, I love how you talk back to the spammers. It just cracks me up. So, Michelle Krantz, welcome back. Welcome back. Happy Monday. So, we will have Michelle and then Irma. All right, Michelle, not for you. Not for you, Michelle. The card is for you, but not for you. So what is it that you, where is your ego getting in the way, my friend? Where is your ego saying, oh, but I want that? And the universe is like, yeah, not yet. This isn't the right thing. This is the right thing. So I tell you, my husband and I have been looking for some real estate on a river. We love to kayak, and we've been looking, and we have put in offers on a couple of properties that I knew were not the right properties, right? I knew it wasn't, and it didn't, of course, it didn't come to be because it wasn't the right thing, and I knew it. And so it was me trying to make it fit, but I knew it wasn't right. And so where are you feeling like that? What is it that you are trying to make it fit, or you're trying to make it work, or you're trying to create something that isn't, maybe it's not the right time. The universe is showing you, all the signs are pointing there, because I know you're very in tune, but this is telling you not right now. So allow yourself to sit and pull ego to the side and really tune into what they're showing you, because where your ego is leading you is not the right place, and they're trying to show you something different. So they're trying to show you something different. The right thing is there. They're trying to show you something different. All right, Miss Irma, Bridget of Donegal on Instagram. Yes, you may have a card. We're going to put you in line. I try to do everybody all in order. I try to be fair. Sometimes the comments shift and I lose people, so we're trying to be fair. So Miss Irma is next, and Irma, community is your card. Community, and this is a reminder to come back to the places where you feel safe and loved and supported. Sometimes when we're dealing with stuff, we can get all like cocoon, and I know this for my own self when I was dealing with depression, and sometimes I'm just having a day and I'm like, you know what, I just need some me time. But sometimes we get like really cozy in the me time, and we need a reminder that says, come back to the people who love you, come back to the places where you feel supported, because we still need connection. We are human beings. We are being with each other, and so we need to take the time. And sometimes we can get really like, I say to people, you know, because I work from home, I'd make a great hermit. It's not that I'm afraid to go outside. I'm not. But sometimes I just don't need to or want to. And so it can be so easy to stay inside, especially with COVID, right? We've just come through this whole 2-year period of like, stay away from the people. And so this is a reminder that to come back to the people, whether it's online or on the phone or whatever, come back to connection. Come back, Irma, to the people who love you and support you, who can be there for you. Because also sometimes when we're going through stuff, we're afraid to ask for help. We're afraid to let other people know what's going on, because what if they're not there for us? But what if they are? What if they would be there for us, but they don't know because nobody told them? And so this is just a reminder that you have love and support around you, and that it's safe for you to take advantage of that. So, and then love for you too. All right. Okay, so Malik and Aaron we did, and Chris we did, and Tayalu escaped me. Tayalu, we're gonna report you with the Spaminator. I love that Facebook allows me to ban people right away when they start coming on to try and spam you. Okay, so Malik, you are so welcome. Anna, hi, and Iva, hi, welcome. All right, so, Michelle asks, is a certain guy, oh dear, and well, you know, Michelle, if the shoe fits, then, you know what the situation is that is not for you. So, sometimes we want to make it fit when we know deep down inside it's not the right fit. So, Karen Fisher, hello. Karen Fisher would love, Irma, you are so welcome. I have been alone the last few months. It's time to start living again. You are so welcome, my friend. Karen Fisher would like a card, and then we're going to get to Bridget of Donegal on Instagram. Oh, we've got a couple jumper cards, and we're going to wrap it up in just a couple minutes. So very, very happy for all of you to be able to be with us today. So we have Karen. Karen's card is Truth Be Told. Truth Be Told. So this is 14, so 1 and 4 make 5. So this is truth be told. So, Erin, honey, you may have to catch the replay. We did your reading already, so we'll get you on the replay. So, truth be told, for Karen, this is kind of what I just had told Louisa and also Michelle about, is this for you? Is it ego talking, or is it heart? Is it our soul? Where is it that the information is coming from? And so this is truth be told. And so this is a real reminder to really get quiet and take some time to hear your heart. To hear your heart. So this is truth be told. And again, it is 14, so 4 and 1 is 5. So like that card at the top of the mountain for Malik, this is a real turning point for you to be able to see things for what they really are. Are you seeing it from a true perspective, or are you seeing it from the ego perspective of, this is what I want, and I don't care what spirit or the soul or the universe has to say about it, I'm going to muscle my way through. Because we can do that. We can muscle right through. Oh, look, another one! Rose J! Bye-bye! Band. This is almost fun. I always feel like the reason that we get so many spammers is because, we're doing something really good and important. So, okay. So, make sure you're taking some time to look at where you are and what is true for you. Are you working from a place of your true intentions? Are you working from a place of ego? We really can muscle through. We can really say, I know this doesn't fit, but this is what I want and I need, and I'm going to push and push and push, and I'm going to make it work. So it might work in the short term, but it's not going to last in the long term. And it will implode, and it's going to get ugly and fall apart, and you're going to have to rebuild and put it all back together. So it's much better about moving through what is the truth of where you are and what you are wanting to create and build, and the truth of who you are. And so this is a really important card, Karen, about checking in with yourself and with what is important to you and with where you're going and whose voice are you listening to. So, truth be told. All right. You are welcome, my friend. You are welcome, Chris, my friend. Beth Boyd. Beth Boyd, welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. So we'll do one or two. Oh, we've got Bridget on Instagram. So Beth, you'll be next. We're going to do Bridget on Instagram. I have to make sure we don't skip anybody. Okay, Chris, thanks so much for that. Okay, so Bridget, breathe. I think this might be a good card for everybody. Breathe. This is card 29, so 9, 10, 11, so 2. So breathe. So Bridget, this is about being at the start of a new adventure. This is a new journey, a new chapter for you. And it can feel scary, especially when we're stepping out of our comfort zone, to be able to be like, oh my God, what am I doing? What do I got myself into? Breathe. Breathe. And just remember that you are so supported. Look at this beautiful, peaceful setting, and she's being supported on her lily pad. And it's a reminder for all of us that we are all in this place of much more support than we remember. And so when we can step back and get quiet and sit and breathe, we can really hear more of what is really being tried, what they're trying to communicate with us and trying to communicate for us. So this is for you, Bridget, to remind you to breathe. But it's a good reminder for all of us, okay? It's a good reminder for all of us. There's something, breathe, got it, yes, that's so me. Ah, perfect, the cards never lie. So I'm so glad, I'm so glad. All right, so we're gonna do one more, and that is Beth Boyd, and then we're gonna wrap it up. So, all right, Beth Boyd, Beth Boyd. Aaron, I'm sorry I can't do it again, but there will be the replay as soon as we're done. The replay will post, and you will be able to watch it. So, no worries. Beth Boyd, to be fair. It says to be fair, and every time I hear that, I hear Letterkenny in my head, and if you're not, like, it's a stupid show, but it's a smart show, too. My kids love it. It says, they say, to be fair, all the time, and it just cracks me up. So, to be fair, and this is 38, so 8, 9, 10, 11. So, another 11, which is 2 card for you. And so, Beth, to be fair. So this is about keeping your feet on the ground, and that's been a big conversation today. Bridget, you are so welcome. So Beth, to be fair, make sure that you are tuning in. Again, we are hearing this, there's usually a theme, right? We have the bigger messages in our collective reading, and then even in individual readings, we can see a theme that goes through. And so Beth, to be fair, is really about how are you judging yourself? How are you judging others? And keeping your feet on the ground so that you are really seeing the truth of the situation for what it is, and being allowing yourself to move forward in a way that is, it's not selfish, the word that they're giving me, because I feel like it's the opposite of selfish, that you would be more inclined to let the other person be selfish rather than staking a claim for yourself. And so this is a reminder not just about allowing yourself to stand in the gap, but stand for yourself. This is a reminder to stand up for yourself and allow yourself to say what you need, and to ask. It's not about asking others to treat you fairly, but it's more of standing for yourself and allowing that energy to resonate so they have no choice but to treat you fairly. Because when people are in that place where they want to bump up against your energy, when you are standing firm in your energy and you're grounded in your energy, it's like, you know, when Harry Potter does the Patronus charm and the Dementors are like boing boing and they're bouncing off of it. Hopefully that's a reference everybody can understand. That it's that way when we are having our energy is strong, that we don't let other things bounce off of us. And so this is a reminder to keep your own energy strong, because I feel like you would be the person that would allow others to have more and you would have less. And this is really about saying you deserve to be in the mix, and you deserve to have the same, the equal share, and not to let someone else take advantage. So this is to be fair for my friend Beth Boyd. Oh, all right, so we're going to wrap that up today, and you are welcome, Chris Judd. You are welcome. You are welcome, Beth Boyd. So I want to say thank you so much for taking time to be with us today. Make sure that you are marking your calendar for Thursday night at 7 o'clock, where we will move through our meditation on Thursday. I look forward to having you all with us, and just thank you so much for being here. And if you missed anything, don't worry. As soon as we're done, the replay will be up, and you will be able to catch that there. So I hope you have a fantastic week. Just remember, I know it's so easy to get bogged down into the, so find that little nugget, that little jelly bean of gratitude, and hold on to that. Hold on to that and use that to build on. One step at a time, we can go up, right? All right. Lover above is a vibration. You are all so very loved. Have a beautiful rest of your week, and I'll see you on Thursday.